Man, I'll never forget that motherfucking shit. I remember them days. We was so young or whatever, you know, growing up in Jacksonville all my life.
All my life, wait.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? I remember when they bought my first ball, you know what I'm saying? Growing up playing the video games.
Niggas remember moon shoes?
You know what I'm saying? Going out playing, getting dirty, it's all good, you know what I'm saying?
Cliff and shit.
It's cool. It's good to remember that, you know what I'm saying? You remember the last time, you know what I'm saying? You had to write a letter on a motherfucking piece of paper, say you like me, check yes or no, you know what I'm saying? She showed put no, you know what I'm saying? I remember my shit. I ain't tripping.
I remember growing up in the Jacksonville city. I was pretty itty bitty when my clothes used to fit me. Way back in the day. Back when I used to have a high top fade. I felt my life was made, cause the majority of the time I played Nintendo and Atari, perfection, trouble and sorry. Tearing up my sister's Barbies with my two bare hands. And when the homegirls come over, I stare at their pants. And it was cool, cause my mama wasn't raising a fool. She was raising the boy that made straight A's in school. And my daddy, God bless him, cause he always had my back, cause he was always teaching me and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I recall when he bought my first basketball. He taught me how to dribble and shoot and pass the ball. And if I was sick, at least I know I wasn't stressing, cause him and mom was like a tag team on wrestling. I remember growing up way back in the day. Way back in the day. I can't help it but remember, can't help it but to say, I remember growing up way back in the day. I remember growing up way back in the day. Way back in the day. Can't help it but remember, can't help it but to say, I remember growing up way back in the day.
You know, shit, niggas started getting older then, you know, it was cool, you know, started getting here in 40 places and messing with these young females, you know, and it was all good. Let me tell you about it.
And I remember growing up, still in the Jacktown, about to turn 13, so that night I had to clown. Trying to show my older homies they ain't messing with no rookies. I got us all some hoes and got my first piece of pussy. 14 and 15, my grades started slipping, so my parents took my Genesis game and put me on restriction. And I reacted acting up in class, steady showing my ass until I fucked around and couldn't pass. Got in the game when I became a G, riding with my kinfolks, representing GD. 16 with a pistol on my hip when I step, cause I'd rather breathe air instead of my last breath. Same thing at 17, but then came 18. I got my GED hoping it could change things. That's when I realized this little man is growing up, getting drunk, throwing up, rolling up, smoking stuff. I remember growing up way back in the day. Way back in the day. I can't help it but remember, can't help it but to say, I remember growing up way back in the day. I remember growing up way back in the day. Way back in the day. Can't help it but remember, can't help it but to say, I remember growing up way back in the day.